Welcome to Takeover, the most underrated sports debate show on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for this weekly sports content we give to you guys every single week.
Couldn't have said it better myself. As you know, my name is Josh.
My name is Deandra.
It's your boy Kim, and this is Takeover.
We play it all in night. Need it all in advance. The opposition know we're ready for it. Like a supper we eating, it won't be the last. Grind out the muscle, pull up. Parker right on the grass. We coming in, take over everything, run it up. Not that holding me back. 3 in the wood, rushing. I don't like Dutch, don't even matter, you know I'm a facing. When I roll a paper, I like to go double. Run up a check, flip a W, make it an M. I need a couple.
So starting off with the NBA, LeBron James suffered a high ankle sprain last week, keeping him out of play. How much danger are the Los Angeles Lakers in?
I don't think that it hurts their playoff chances. At worst, I think they'll slide to the 6 or 7 seed. Out of the next 13 to 15 games that they play, 10 of those games will be against playoff contending teams. So it will be rather difficult without AD and LeBron to maintain that spot. But I don't see them slipping out of the playoffs. And Frank Vogel did say that they're prepared to play without LeBron indefinitely. So even if LeBron and Anthony Davis do come back, I do see them doing some load management. And even if they somehow just miss the playoffs this year, it's better safe than sorry than to ensure the health of LeBron and Anthony Davis this year, for next year. So if they have to miss the playoffs, so be it, as long as they keep those two healthy. But as far as winning the championship, I think when we talked about Anthony Davis being injured, I said it diminished without Anthony Davis. And I obviously, with the Nets in the East, I didn't think they were winning the championship. So obviously with LeBron, I don't think they're winning the championship at all. And obviously other players will have to step up. You have Kyle Kuzma, Trez, and Schroeder. Well, obviously we know that the contention of the Lakers is based off of LeBron and AD. We all said, well, I wouldn't say we all have said it because some people think opposite, but without Anthony Davis and LeBron, to me, they're just not contenders. So obviously those players are going to get more minutes and they're going to need to show their worth. So, yeah.
I don't know. You kind of covered most of it. I would say, I didn't say that AD's injury hurt them because it was so far out from the playoffs and because, again, LeBron is the engine that makes this team go. Well, now the engine isn't going, so how is this team going to go? So that's why I would say that they're hurt in general because, as you pointed out, the other people are going to have to step up, but the question is, will they be able to step up? Frank Vogel might say that they're mentally ready to play it without him, but are they actually going to be able to carry that out? That's a very good question because they haven't when he's been hurt. They put up 94 points against the Hawks, who, as a Hawks fan, I can tell you right now, their defense isn't good. And they put up 94 games in their very next game. So Dennis Schroeder's really going to have to score and really going to have to pass. And Dennis Schroeder isn't a great passer. But the biggest problem I see coming is potentially in the playoffs. Because if, as you said, they drop some games and they end up dropping down to the 6 seed, because the 3 and 6 seeds in the West are separated by 2.5 games. The Lakers are currently the 3 seed. If they drop down to the 6 and they aren't able to make up ground, they're going to have the hardest possible route to the finals they could have had. They're going to have to play the 3 seed in the first round, the 2 seed in the second round, and then potentially the 1 seed in the final round. So they're going to have to arguably play the 3 best regular season teams in the West just to get to the playoffs instead of getting that normal, soft team to land on in the first round that you typically get from a LeBron team where they have to face an 8 or a 7 seed. Having to face 3-2-1, that would be tough. And with LeBron being out for 3-4 weeks and we still don't really know when AD's coming back, that's going to really, really make their route to the championship that much harder.
You take LeBron and AD off the Lakers, you take the L and the A off of Lakers, you're left with the word Kerr. Kerr starts with K, and their best player right now is Kyle Kuzma. Problems, red flags have to be brought upon what's going on with the Lakers right now. The question is, how far are they going to drop? You look at the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Spurs, Trailblazers, even Dallas Mavericks. They're all within 4 games of the Lakers. Hot. Matter of fact, the Clippers jumped the Lakers last night after they lost the game to the Pelicans. How far is the team going to drop? Where is Anthony Davis? I've heard no update on that injury. When is he coming back? How severe is the injury? It's been radio silence about AD and when he's coming back. Now you have a 36-year-old LeBron, as good as he is. I think he'll be able to come back from this injury, but what are you about to ask of him? Like, what more are you going to, like, how far could he take a team of this caliber? And I don't really see this team winning a lot of games in the next 10-game stretch either. You look at Dennis Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell. Those guys, those are great players, but they're not players that can take over the game. Not players you can trust and have the ball into, especially Kyle Kuzma. And I think he might be the best player on the team right now, which is scary, you know. So all the players like in the older age have needed help. And so LeBron doesn't really have this right now. I'm worried about how far they're gonna drop. Will this team suffer in the first round of the playoffs? I'm not sure, because LeBron doesn't lose in the first round. So no matter where they drop, I feel like it's gonna be a tough team. They're gonna be a tough out no matter where they are. So
and
it's gonna be tough.
He hasn't lost in the first round yet, but if he faces a hungry and pissed off Clippers squad in the first round,
it's gonna be tough for him.
Who knows?
And I kind of feel sorry for the middle of the pack West teams too, because like in the Lakers' favorite scenario, what if LeBron and AD come back, and a team like the Trailblazers has to face LeBron in the first round? Terry.
5-game sweep. We saw that last year, man.
There we go.
So the NCAA tournament is ramping up. It's getting real interesting. As we are now moving into the Sweet 16, which team looks the most impressive so far in this tournament?
I'm gonna go with the Baylor Bears. I wasn't. Their inability to rebound scared me at first. I was like, they can't rebound. I don't know how they're gonna do this. But the thing I love about this team, and things I've definitely seen in these past 2 games, is they play prison ball defense. I'm talking about if you cross that half court line, they are on you. They in your chest. You see guys like Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler, and Mike Vitale. Those guys are hitting shots. Those guys are in guys' jerseys repeatedly. They came into the tournament the best 3-point shooting team. They're still that. But on the perimeter side, they're still holding it down. And so I guess they've I don't like I say they're gonna overcome the total rebound thing because there's still more rounds to play. But it looks like they found a formula to keep going. And right now they've looked very impressive. And although I just said they look very impressive, I still got Gonzaga in 4 for the rest of the time.
Luckily, they don't have to play a 4-game series. It's just 1 game. But I'm going to be honest, man. I understand what you're saying. Yes, Baylor has looked better than we potentially thought. Michigan has survived despite Isaiah Livers getting hurt. But the fact of the matter is, the most impressive team so far has been the 15 seed. Can we give a shout out to Oral Roberts? Come on now. This is a 15 seed. They knocked off a 2 seed and a 7 seed. I can go through all the other teams that could have been impressive. Loyola-Chicago. Loyola-Chicago was underseeded. They were way underseeded. They were the best 8 seed I've seen ever. UCLA, they got some easier matchups. Oregon State won the Pac-12, so they were already on a hot streak coming in. We should have expected them to play relatively well. Oregon has been hot, and they were built to beat a team like Iowa, built around a big man because Oregon has all the wings and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is, this is a team in the Summit League who, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know anybody that was in the Summit League until I did research for this video. They went 18-10 in the Summit League. They lost to North Dakota. They lost to a college called Kansas City. They lost to North Dakota State and South Dakota State. And they got blown out by a few of those teams. I think they played Missouri and lost by like 27 too in a non-conference play. They went 0-5 against teams that they met that were in this tournament. And yet here they are beating Ohio State. Here they are beating. Who did they beat again? Florida. They beat Florida. My bad. Sorry, there's been a lot going on. They beat Florida. Max Abness has led the NCAA in scoring, and he's still giving people buckets. And Kevin O'Banner is a great number 2. So who's next? Arkansas. Can they beat Arkansas? Who knows? But I hope so. I don't think it's midnight yet. I think Cinderella needs to keep dancing.
So as you guys alluded to, there was a whole bunch of teams that were impressive. But to me, a team that stood out to me was USC, because you had a glimpse of this team of what they were really good early on. But I feel like in this past game that they played, they really put it all together and they played with confidence. They gave Kansas the largest loss in history of their program. They played really well on both sides of the ball. You look at the offensive side, they started slow, but toward the end of the game, they ended up shooting 60%. And you look at the Mobley brothers, you look at Isaiah Mobley, he had 17 points, 4 straight threes, 9 for 10. And you look at Evan Mobley, he had his 12 double-double. And on the offensive side of the ball, they just played with complete confidence, and 5 of their guys were scoring in double digits. And you look at the defensive side of the ball, a lot of the people, especially their coach and even Evan Mobley, would say that the defense is what got them so far in this tournament. And they dominated with communication and hustle. And Kansas had 1 field goal in the final minutes, and they didn't score. score and they didn't score real well at all. And they even tried to make adjustments. They tried to go small, but that just ended up making some matchup issues against the Mobley brothers, and Kansas just had no answer on either side of the ball. So I really think USC was impressive as well.
You know what was most impressive to me, actually?
What?
The fact that Georgia Tech played Loyola-Chicago better than Illinois did.
It's crazy.
And we did it without a big man.
That was our pick, right?
Huh?
That was our pick last episode, right?
Unfortunately.
It was
That's what I said. I said whoever won that game. I said, but hey, even when I'm wrong, I'm right.
In your words?
I said. What you said?
I was gonna say, in your words, it's the madness.
It's
man.
the madness.
It's the madness.
It's the madness.
Even when I was wrong, I was right, because I said whoever won Loyola-Chicago, Georgia Tech would give Illinois its toughest matchup. And Loyola gave it to them.
It was something to see.
If Georgia Tech had Moses right, they would have beat Loyola, but that's a discussion for another time.
Well, we had a quick one today. That is going to wrap up our episode. Josh, do you have anything to say to me?
Well, it was a quick one, Cam, because we're getting to finals time. We're getting down to the home stretch for college kids. I know a lot of our audience, most of them are still in college, our specific friends. So we want to give you a short one. Keep in there, keep on the grind. As Cam said at the beginning, like, comment, subscribe. If you have us on social media, you have our numbers. Please send us some more takes. We've gotten a down period of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to put too much pressure, but I know Koa comes through with some good takes. So if Koa, you want to send one in, Malik, if you want to send one in, my man Joe, I know he's gonna be watching this. Joe's been saying he's gonna send me a take for like 3 months, and he still hasn't sent me nothing. Yeah, fantastic. And my offer still stands. If you can prove to me that you get somebody else to subscribe, I will personally pay you $1. And if you do a second one, it'll be $2. It's cumulative.
Anything?
No, I'm good.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up our episode. Takeover out.
Hey, champ. Yeah, we play it all in night. Yeah, need it all in advance. The opposition know we're ready for it. Like a supper we eating, it won't be the last. Grind out the muscle, pull up. Parker right on the grass. We coming in, take over everything, run it up. Not that holding me back. 3 in the wood, rushing. I don't like Dutch, don't even matter, you know I'm facing. When I roll a paper, I like to go double. Run up a check, flip a W, make it an M. I need